And then we're going to be starting off today. This is released on Friday, but we do record on Thursdays. And today is August 24th. Today is Mamba Day. And in celebration of Mamba Day, we're going to be talking about some of our favorite Kobe moments, stories, anything, all things Kobe, because who doesn't love some Kobe at the end of the day? So the one of the main things that sticks out for me with Kobe is I was a newer basketball fan. So I wasn't watching basketball in like the early 2000s when he was like, with Shaq. Obviously, I was a little kid, but for me, it was just like the 2008 to 2010 run was like when Paul first got there, and then the back-to-back championships. That's probably like my favorite moment, because that was like the first time I kind of like envisioned like a superstar basketball player, like when I was old enough to really understand what that was. So
I completely get that. I remember being like a little kid and knowing who Kobe Bryant was, even though I didn't really care much about basketball back then, other than like maybe a few Timberwolves players. Because I was young, but I mean everyone knew who Kobe Bryant was, right? There was no mistaking who he was, and everybody knew he was good. Like he had this mystique around him that has, I think, like yet to be replicated by another player, but like Kobe, like everyone just loves and has loved Kobe Bryant. And I know my favorite memory of Kobe, because I also, like you, Jeff, started watching basketball like at the very tail end of his career. Like 2015 is when I kind of got really into it. And whenever I'm asked or I think about my favorite Kobe moment or memory, I always say his 60 piece in his final game. That's always like my favorite, because like there's nothing better than that as far as like a player who's ending their career with a bang. 60 points at home, everybody's in the crowd. Yeah, just one of my favorites.
Oh yeah, and he stole the show because that was the 73-9 Warriors night as well.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
I think that had more viewers.
Yeah. Well, it was I remember because it was super like talked about. It was like the Warriors are 73-9, or playing to beat the record, because they were 73 and they were 72-9 at the time.
Yep.
And the Spurs, they were playing the Spurs, I think. And they were like, or there was that like a couple games before that.
I think they played like the Grizzlies, or
maybe I'm thinking of a different game, but I know that that was a crazy season. But maybe that was like a couple of games before that, because I know at the end of that season, the Warriors were playing the Spurs, and it was like they were like playing to go perfect at home or something like that.
Yeah, the Spurs went 40-1 at home that year.
Yeah, and I think their only loss was to the Warriors at the end.
Sorry, it was the Grizzlies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Grizzlies.
Yeah, that's so long ago now. Like that was like 7 years ago. So my thought process on stuff like that is a little bit backwards.
No, but I thought it was Dallas. So.
Yeah. But and then that season also is hilarious because they lost to one of the worst Bucks teams of all time. We snapped their like 26 game win streak.
They also lost to the Timberwolves with like rookie Cat and Wiggins
and the Blazers with a big game piece.
They lost to some bad teams that year.
They did. They lost to like a bunch of weak teams, because they start off the season like 26-0, and they lost to us because there's like I don't remember what, but there's like a picture of people at the Bradley Center in Milwaukee holding up like the 26-1 signs or whatever. And that was a bad team. That was like a bottom 10 team, because that was the year we drafted Thonmaker.
That team sucked.
Yeah, it was horrible. But, yeah, that was baby Giannis and rookie year Jabari Parker. So yeah, but not ideal.
Going back to Kobe, I want to talk about the Celtics Lakers kind of mid 2000s rivalry, because that's when I got into basketball.
Yeah,
as a Pacific Northwest kid, Ray Allen, I always knew who he was, coming from the Supersonics. And then when he went over the seas and he started playing the Lakers on national television, I was really able to like just watch that duel. And Kobe Bryant was the second basketball player I ever knew, really. And it was like you said, there's something about him. Watching those finals games, I still go back on YouTube and rewatch them. nostalgic at this point. The Paul Pierce Kobe duels I love them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was like as they do say, that era of Celtics Lakers had a lot of aura surrounding that.
Oh yeah.
Watching those
aura.
finals, the iconic like jumping on the table with the confetti falling at home. Also, I need NBA teams to start making actual finals courts again. I'm sick of this projection, new school nonsense. All right.
We also need them to commit to the city courts. Half the teams don't even do a city court.
Half the teams don't even do it. Yeah, it's stupid.
Yeah. Also, well, the Bucks were playing on that stupid blue court for like the last third of the season. They put it off in the playoff run because they thought they were going to the finals. They played one game on it and lost. Bums. What a bum team. Anyways, yeah. Another favorite like Kobe thing too is like this is more funny is like when he teamed up with like Steve Nash and like Dwight Howard, and that team just like crumbled because it was so bad. Because it was just hilarious. Like it was just like a funny NBA timeline because it's like there's like Slam magazine covers saying they're gonna run the NBA and all that stuff, and it was like horrible.
Yeah,
horrible.
Yeah, horrible.
Talk about some funny Kobe moments. There's that Kanye Kobe commercial.
Oh yeah.
What the fuck do you mean, Kobe Bryant? Iconic. Yeah, I love that one. And then I'm pretty sure there's a story about him with Jeremy Lin throwing away his shoes, or who was that? Maybe multiple players.
Probably multiple players.
Yeah. There's many practice stories you hear from Kobe. Those are always classics.
Yeah. One of my favorite things about Kobe as a Bucks fan is like him taking Giannis under his wing as a mentor once he retired. Like pushing him to like an MVP level with like his Mamba challenges. And then, when he passed away in 2020, he challenged Giannis to win a championship. And then like the Pow tweet, like the He Did It brother. That was awesome. That's like a awesome like thing that's just ingrained in Bucks and history for me, at least.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah,
that's another finals in my opinion that had great moments, and like we say, aura. I thought that was one of the better finals since 2016.
Man. Yeah, I agree. I think the last few finals, I think if we're talking about like this stuff like that, like the last few finals, like Heat fans aren't probably gonna like this, but that finals was over before it even started. So like that one was boring, and like there really wasn't much going on.
The finals was over in February, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know if there's anyone competing with Nuggets this year.
No. Everyone thought the Bucks were better, but I digress. But anyways, and then like the Warriors Celtics one had some good Curry moments, but I don't think it had good moments going both ways.
I mean, game one, the Celtics coming back like from on the road, I think that was pretty good. The
Curry sleeping moment, like and the rainy.
Game 4 Curry is one of the best performances I've ever seen.
Down 2-1.
Yeah, down 2-1 in Boston. Game 4 just lights Boston defense on fire
by himself, bro. He had
by
no
himself.
Why? I'm sorry, this pissed me off because I've watched Terry Stotts do this in 4 games in a row in the West Conference. Why are we playing drop coverage on Steph Curry as a defensive coach?
It doesn't make sense.
Stop. It doesn't matter if you're slow pressure. Just press him before someone else to score because Steph Curry will just fucking light you up.
But that's then 2021, 2020 finals was pretty good because it was bubble, but even then bubble is like Raptors is a more iconic.
Really good.
Yeah, the Raptors Warriors was mid because it was like I think everything before that was really good. Like the whole Raptors run was really good before that. Like I think 2019 was more like a playoffs rather than finals because KD and Clay got hurt. So it's like, but in 2018 was,
bad.
that was bad.
Mm-hmm.
But anyways, so shout out Kobe. The only thing I'm not going to shout out is Nike right now. Please let me win one sneakers drop. I beg of you, please let me win one raffle.
One thing I want to say about Kobe before we move on is, other than his 60 to end his career, one of my favorite games of his, and I wonder if you guys know this, it's when him and T-Mac went for 38 each in like 2002.
I feel like I've seen this game before.
I've never seen highlights of it.
If you go back and rewatch the highlights of it, like you will see two of like the greatest mid-range scorers ever, just like in their primes, going at it bucket for bucket. It is so fun to watch.
The 2000s basketball is actually hilarious to watch because it's just like catch and shoot 15-foot mid ranges, and like we're gonna shoot long threes instead of just like putting our toes behind the line. And they were good at it too. That's what doesn't make any sense. It's like, how did no coach be like, maybe we should just like not shoot with our foot on the line every play?
They were just going out and shooting.
They were just hooping.
They didn't really think. Yeah, exactly. They didn't think about it.
Yeah.
Pure
for sure. But yeah, shout out Kobe, RIP. I know that they announced that they're going to be really revealing his statue on February 8th next year, which is 8/24, because everything has to be as corny as possible at all times in the NBA. But Gigi will also be on the statue as well, which is a nice. Really hope they don't fuck up the statue. Make it look really.
But this had to have been a long time in production.
Yeah, I would assume so. I would assume so as well. But okay, we can get into FIBA this week.